Jennifer Black is a rising star in the opera world. Miss Black is already performing for both the Met and the New York City operas, a rare privilege for such a young artist. But for opera singers like Miss Black, these are uncertain times.
Other singers that I know, they've had productions cut this season. There's not enough jobs going around. Some of them are even considering moving out of the city.
Even recognised talents like Miss Black are being forced to compromise. She won't be performing next season as she's chosen an understudy role in the Met's production of Carmen, rather than the leading role with a smaller company.
The financial security of that company is unknown at this time, and I would much rather go towards security and stability at this point.
She's also awaiting news from her agent of a promised contract with the New York City Opera for the 2009-2010 season. But it's not looking hopeful. The Opera House is in crisis, having racked up a $15 million budget deficit. And they're not the only ones in financial trouble.
Daily, we will receive reports from companies of cancellations, bankruptcy, going out of business, postponing productions for an entire season or more. Every day we're going to hear more and more news of this sort.
Pinnacle Arts Management negotiates contracts between artists and opera companies. Since September, they've lost approximately 20% of their annual business due to cancelled productions. Slower ticket sales are one reason for the troubles.
Audience is down significantly. People don't want to pay $100, $200, $300 a night to go and see a work of opera or Broadway or other sort of theater. Everyone has been so affected by this personally as well that they just can't stomach spending that sort of money for entertainment.
Even the most popular Broadway shows are taking a hit. A string of shows have announced they'll close early, including Monty Python's Spamalot. But falling ticket sales are just one part of the problem. What many arts institutions are really concerned about is whether their corporate sponsors will pull out. The big banks and most of the world's leading corporations are major sponsors of the arts. But with almost all sectors currently plagued by huge financial problems, they're coming under pressure from both employees and shareholders, many of whom don't see funding of the arts as adding to the bottom line. Most corporate sponsorship is committed between 6 months and several years in advance, so institutions may not feel the full hit straight away. But a prolonged recession could spell disaster. Colin Tweedy is Chief Executive of Arts and Business, a UK-based organisation that helps match corporate sponsors with arts institutions.
The arts have now got used to the private sector bringing in funding, and we now have over £600 million coming to the arts in Britain from the business community and from rich individuals. And therefore the business community are providing that extra funding to put on an extra show, to increase the number of, say, paintings in an exhibition. If the recession lasts, the arts will be in deep trouble.
The only hope for arts institutions lies in convincing corporate sponsors of their PR and marketing value. One institution that's been highly successful at this to date is the Brooklyn Academy of Music, also known as BAM.
Corporate sponsorships will have to be able to demonstrate their brand impact, and that our customers and the demographic of our customer brings something to the corporate sponsor, that it's not just going to be a matter of philanthropy or generosity or charity. This is business, and what we are going to have to do is demonstrate that we can be a business partner that adds value to their brand.
While none of BAM's major sponsors have pulled out so far, none of their prospective new sponsorship deals are coming into fruition. At the same time, the New York City government has cut its contribution by $700,000, with more cuts expected. For now, at least, the outlook for artists like Miss Black looks bleak.